as Fabio explained, those are some of the key thoughtful engineering features that Fiat prides itself on. Again, when you're caught in a rainstorm with a convertible top, it's not always convenient to be able to pull over or come to a complete stop. So we take all of that into consideration when we're building these cars. A few other features that are maybe not as engineering related that we did change for the U.S. market specifically is the interior. Again, we travel a lot longer distances and spend more time in our vehicles than most Europeans, so we wanted to make sure that that was also comfortable. Our espresso cups, our coffee cups are a little bit bigger than the espresso cups, so of course the cup holder got larger. We put a glove box, a door on the glove box because of the USB port that's in there so people can keep their items in there safely. The seats also got a little bit wider, a little bit more comfortable. Americans are a little bit more robust than Europeans. Trying to find a nice way of saying that, and an armrest, because again, the manual transmission is standard in Europe, and as Fabio mentioned, the 6-speed ICE and automatic transmission is unique for this market, and when you're not shifting with that arm, you kind of need something to do with your elbow. So those were a lot of thoughtful engineering items that we did take into consideration here for this market. Another thing that is near and dear to our heart is simplicity for the Fiat brand, and the simplicity in the way that the vehicle is packaged. So we have 3 trim levels on the hatchback: the Pop, Sport, and Lounge, and it starts at $15,500. Again, not an entry-level vehicle. That comes 7 standard airbags. That comes with the Blue and Me hands-free system, which is the wireless communication system, our Eco Drive, AM/FM radio. Then you get into the Sport, which is the model that we have here, a little bit more aggressive stance, bigger wheels, Bose radio system, and that is $17,500. And then for the Lounge, which is the automatic transmission and all your bells and whistles that you'd want, $19,500. Again, nice, simple steps to remember in the showroom, easy for the dealer also and the salesperson to remember. And then you can spend more time on the customization, which is over 500,000 ways that you can build this vehicle. We have 14 exterior colors, 12 interiors, a lot of fun graphics and options and accessories that you can add to this vehicle to really make it uniquely yours. And then just keeping true to that, the Cabrio version here, we have 2 trim levels, the Pop and the Lounge. And what's great about this vehicle, it's the only Cabrio under $20,000 relative to its competitive segment. So this vehicle here starts at $19,500. Again, just a $4,000 difference between the hatch and the Cabrio. And then the Lounge, which is our vehicle that has it all, again, $23,500. And we continue the accessory and the extreme personalization with this vehicle by offering 3 different color tops. The only one in the, again, competitive set. You can get a red top, a black top, or a tan top. So again, to truly make these vehicles unique. One other thing that we're very proud of also with both vehicles and all of our vehicles is our warranty and maintenance program. The Fiat Forward Care is standard on all these vehicles, and that's a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. It does include roadside assistance, and what's also unique is that it also comes with a maintenance program. The maintenance program is for 3 years or 36,000 miles, and that program includes wear and tear items. Again, this goes back into making sure that the customer experience inside our studios is great. We want to continue to develop that relationship. And when they go in to get their oil changed, they're not expecting a bill then for the other items that were required as part of the maintenance. So we've wrapped that all up into this great package, which is where the surprise on the value of the vehicle really comes into play. The final thing that's really been surprising our dealers especially is the types of customers that are going into the showrooms to look at these vehicles. We range anywhere from a 16-year-old young woman who it's her first vehicle and she saw it online and she's done her research and it's been all over Europe and she can't wait to have one, to an 80-year-old pig farmer up in northern Michigan who remembers Fiat much like Alvin did and has great stories, to people who have traveled in Europe and have seen them all over, and now they can bring a little piece of Italy into their driveway. So again, it's a vehicle that is, it's all about living big for people who really like to express themselves. They have a passion for life. It has really nothing to do with how old they are, how much money they make, and they're a lot more affordable now, Alvin. So see, 28 years, and I'm sure you've saved plenty of money to pick up 1 or 2. At this point, again, thank you guys very much for coming out. Today we can open it up to questions for Fabio or myself, if that's okay. If any of you have any questions that we didn't cover.
Do you have any, I guess, modeling yet
Well, what we've seen is a lot of people are adding these. The first, obviously, early buyers, this is an addition to the household. And we've actually, our top 5 cross-sells are all import buyers. So BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche buyers. We also have seen a lot of Ferrari and Maserati. Big brother, they just have to have an additional vehicle in the stable of Italian design.
What's the weight difference between, on average, between these and the European version?
I'm going to ask Fabio the weight difference between the European hatchback. When we brought it over, it got a little bit heavier, like everything in America.
This one is around 40. This one is around 40 pounds more than the European one. The main reason is because we have added some additional structural reinforcement to pass the homologation, safety homologation requirement, the third party. This one, compared to this one, is around 43 pounds more due to the softer roof, additional reinforcement we have added to be safe as required compared to the hatchback.
Thank you.
Well, what's the ratio of the split between the 3 trim levels?
So what we're seeing right now, again, and it's quite early, the sport model is by far the big winner. And a lot of it is, again, the aggressive stance. It's right now we're running at about 60% sport, about 10% pop, and the remainder lounge. Now, of overall volumes, we had originally anticipated 10% of the overall volume being cabrio. And from what the cars that are arriving at the studios right now, the dealers are calling saying they need more. Because I think, again, the pricing for a $4,000 differential, people really love this car. And you don't have any compromises in it. Fabio showed you. Yeah, we definitely will probably see more than 10. That's where we're planning. But we haven't had a full month of cabrio sales yet. They just started arriving.
Do you have any plans for diesel or hybrid or?
We will actually be launching an electric 500, yes, at the end of next year. So we have announced that the 500 electric version is coming out next year for 2012.
How many dealers, and translate that into how many service facilities are there for owners?
Right now we have 59 stores that are open. We have 130 planned for this calendar year. And they're moving their way along through the system to open.
Do you have a dealer in Northern Virginia?
Yes, we do. Actually, Gaithersburg was our very first dealer.
Gaithersburg.
Oh, in Maryland. And we have Tyson's. There will be a studio opening in the next 60 days and Tyson's Corner.
What's the EPA mileage on the
38. So we get 38 miles per gallon on both vehicles. It's the same.
I understand that you have a TomTom in this one right here.
Correct. That's an option.
And it's very clever because you don't have to stick it on the window. How does it work into that?
I'm going to let Fabio go into the details. It is great because you can control it with the hands-free from so it's actually an integrated navigation system. Okay. But Fabio will give you the details.
Yeah, the TomTom basically is connected with the port on dashboard on the IP. Mm-hmm. This is the connection to give power to the TomTom. Okay. The communication between the TomTom and the system is Bluetooth, so it's wireless. So this communication works in the way that you can control the TomTom from the switches commanded on the steering wheel, and you have the possibility to communicate between the steering switches. So with steering switches, after you have paired the TomTom with the Bluetooth system inside the car, you don't need to touch to do some function. So this is the way it works. And the good thing of this, it can be easily refreshed and improved when new software level will arrive. It also can be removed, it can be plugged in any other system. But the key function of this one, it communicates Bluetooth with all the car.
Why did you choose the TomTom versus any other
competitors? Well, it was a kind of research we did at the beginning. There were different alternatives. We found that TomTom was good enough for the customer in terms of retail presence, capability to refresh the software, adapt the software to the maps and so on. So this was the reason we chose at the beginning.
Okay, Alvin?
What do you see as you had mentioned competition several different times. What do you see as the models that compete with these?
We always say that we've got a unique proposition, I truly believe. Technically, from a length perspective, we are an A-segment car. But we really feel because of the overall value, styling, and packages that we can offer, we can compete in the B segment. This is a highly emotional vehicle, very much like Mini. you know, from a design and style perspective. But again, we can bring value to the table. So I would say if we had to pick a competitor, it would be Mini. Okay, I don't know. I'm the last person. Lunchtime now?
That's right. I'd like to thank Laura and Fabio for coming in. I thought about something. If you ever think about something you don't want to do and you try to put it off, and one time I said, you know, instead of the 12th of never, I'll do it the 5th Sunday in February. And it turns out there is a 5th Sunday in February, but it comes every, believe it or not, 28 years.
Oh, so, there you go.
So I guess the 5th Sunday in February is on its way back. So we would like to thank you and Fabio, Laura, for coming out today. And of course, if someone wants to see the Fiat online, they can go to Fiat USA.
FiatUSA.com?
All right, so we're going to get a chance to test drive the car some more. And we're going to pull the Cabrio back out. It is a beautiful day. And I'm the only thing standing between you and lunch, so bon appetit.